Jati niti kula gotra doragam.
Adi Shankaracharya was one of the noblest of Advaita philosophers, a great thinker who was an inspired champion of Hinduism and possibly its most vigorous missionary. Besides his exhaustive and brilliant commentaries on the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Brahma Sutras, Adi Shankaracharya also wrote several introductory texts to the study of Vedanta. Of these, the Vivek Chudamani is the most enlightening, a jewel of perception that is an invaluable guide to the study of Vedanta. The quest in Vedanta is purely subjective. The seeker is intent on discovering his essential identity, the realization of his true self. Who am I? What is the real nature of the being that is continually expressing itself through the body, mind, and intellect in all its worldly interactions, experiencing joy, sorrow, anger, and fear? Swami Chinmayananda leads you towards this realization in his discourses on the Vivek Chudamani.
Right. Now, please, those who have come for this camp only, who have never been before, can I request you to lift your hands? Very few. So in the Viveka Chudamani, Shankara is going to pack up all spiritual knowledge that we have in our Hindu culture, which is generally found in the Upanishadic literature. Every idea in the Upanishads have been packed up within the Viveka Chudamani. If you master Viveka Chudamani, you have mastered Hinduism for your purpose. Not that you will become an erudite scholar, but sufficient knowledge for you to proceed on in your life and slowly cultivate and bring about the unfoldment in yourself. So then the teacher starts with the fundamental, that there are qualities that are necessary in the student to be benefited by the teacher's teaching, and the qualifications of a teacher, not because he has got a beard or a long hair or a colored cloth. These are all external show, but he must have certain qualities of the head and the heart in order to become a real guru, to guide us in the path. Having described these qualities necessary, the teacher and the taught are brought together, and the knowledge is communicated through conversation or dialogue. In every profession is the same. I can't go to a doctor and just say that I am not feeling well. Make me all right. The doctor will ask questions. What is wrong with you? Is there any pain in any part of it? Which part of the body is the pain? When do you last eaten? Etc. Is your appetite all right? 100 things he asks in order to get all the data about you, and then he prescribes the medicine. You can't go to a lawyer and just sit down there and I have got a legal trouble or legal problem, but he will ask you all the details. I can't go to an architect and say that, now get me a house. He will ask you how many bedrooms you want, how many people are you in the family, are you and your wife very happy that you live in one bedroom or two bedrooms? I mean, 100 things he has to ask. Do you want a separate bathroom for each of you, or together one? See? Then only he can plan out what they want. In the same way, the teacher and the taught have to be harmonious between each other so that the communication of knowledge becomes effective. When the teacher and the taught has thus come together, it is the student who must ask the teacher what he wants to know. From the teacher's standpoint, he has no doubts. He has nothing to gain. He is happy that a student came. Thank you. And if you are hungry, go to the kitchen. If there is any food, take it. That is all. We have nothing else. But it is we who are going there with a hunger, spiritual hunger, and a not wanting to understand the knowledge of the great scriptures, and therefore it is expected that you ask the question. Now we don't know even to ask serious questions. Therefore, teacher gives us 7 questions which the student here asks, he dramatizes. Those 7 questions the student asked is being thoroughly answered, and that constitutes the entire textbook. Ko nama bandha, katamesha agada, katham pradishthasya. The new students, have they understood? The old students are thorough. You also have to be thorough. Not come here for holidaying, you are come here for study. Take it seriously. These are the 7 questions he asked, and he starts answering one by one. All that we know today in our experience in life is through our sense organs, the body, the mind, and the intellect. These are the 3 equipments that you and I have got. With these 3 equipments, all our experiences till we die, for all people in the world, is only from the world of objects, through the sense organs, in the world of emotions, with our mind, and in the world of thoughts, in our intellect. All these, the BMI and the OAT, constitute the Einsteinian world of time and space. They constitute the world of matter. Matter is inert and insentient. You are not, unfortunate. You deserve to be, but we are not. We are dynamic and conscious. We move about by ourselves and we are conscious of what is happening. A stone has no movement, nor is it conscious. Okay? Matter is inert and insentient. Jada. Your body is matter, made up of matter, calcium, carbon, phosphorus. And yet it moves. It sits. Except for a couple of people, you are not like a stone. You are listening. You are trying to understand. You mentally argue against what the Swami says or what the Shastra says. This is the way to be live. Think. But all these are activities, and you can't say that they are the activities of the matter. Matter cannot act. It is inert, insentient. What is it then that enlivens you to become alive and act? What is the difference between you and the chair on which you are sitting down. The chair knows not, luckily, that you are sitting. If the chair knows that you are sitting, he would have walked away saying, shut up, I'm not going to carry you. But you know that you are sitting on the chair. The chair is not understanding anything, but you are the one. What makes you? Though your body is inert and insentient, it is at this moment alert and vigilant. It is active and dynamic. It is conscious. Therefore, there must be something other than matter that enlivens matter. That which enlivens matter is, for purpose of communication, we call it as the spirit or the reality or the truth. In religion, it is always called, Lord is in your heart. The Lord, who is omnipotent, omniscient, who is the one behind every activity of all living beings, good or bad, minus him, the criminal can no do be criminality, the saint cannot be saintly. Good or bad, you can act only and function only so long as life is in you. And it is not only you. Plant, animal and human, their mutual interactions, their growth, their excitement or their production, all these are because they are alive. A dead plant will not bring out one more bud, leaf or flower. A dead animal can no longer function. A dead bird has no songs. A dead man, whoever he be, he cannot physically or psychologically or intellectually function in the world. All that we can do is, for the security of the community, immediately put him in a box and put him 6 feet down and cover it with lot of tears, no doubt. But we have to do it. Why? It is no more alive. It is mere matter. The vital, dynamic person who was in it, whom we adored and respected and revered and loved, is no more there. That life is moved. Thank. When the last cigarette is smoked, without any regret, you throw away the packet, isn't it? In India, anywhere. But in other places, there are places where to put it, you know. You understand? Right. Thus, there are the two factors in life, the inert and insentient matter, and that which enlivens matter. That which enlivens matter is called the self, the reality, the truth. Why do you say that that is real and these are all unreal? It's only because of philosophical phraseology, a technical term. That which is constantly changing is called unreal. That which is permanent, changeless, immutable is called real. Technical term. So when you say that the world is unreal, we don't say that the fire in the world will not burn you. No, it will burn. What we are meaning is, it is not permanent. That it is not permanent is not the Rishi's declaration thousands of years ago, but the latest, your modern Rishi, Einstein, says that the whole world is conditioned by time and space, and therefore everything is in a state of flux, that everything is constantly changing. And all your technology, all your economics and politics are all only about the world of change, of matter. They are materialist, secular. It is the religious and the spiritual masters who turn their attention to what is that which enlivens the whole world. This life in you is the same life in all equipments, whether it is a plant or animal or human. They are all alive. They are expressing differently, just as the various bulbs, all of them are lit up by the same electrical energy, but they all look different in color, in shape, in size, in intensity of light, but all of them are nothing but electricity expressing. In the same way the life expresses through all of you, all of us are not the same. Your ideas and your emotions are different from my ideas and my emotions. My behavior is different from your behavior. All are separate. And yet, you are alive. I am alive. Once that is not there, you are mud, I am clay. For a difference, I am making two words, that is all. Same thing. It is all clay, silicon dioxide, become one with the earth. So we are searching, the spiritual students are searching. What is that higher reality? The permanent, upon which the impermanent is functioning. The changeless, the immutable. They found out that this is a consciousness that is permanent and eternal. It is all times with you. Whether you are in the waking, dream or deep sleep states of consciousness, all of them are consciousness. You are conscious of the waking, you are conscious of the dream world, you are conscious of the absence of everything in deep sleep. Consciousness is constantly there. You were conscious when you arrived here from the mother's womb and screamed. And you will be conscious when you are dying. Sometimes happily you go, sometimes you regret you go, sometimes you have got too much of attachment, therefore you don't want to go, and therefore there will be a tug of war between you and the nature to pull you out and drag you. It all depends. But you are conscious. Never is a moment when you are not conscious. Consciousness is permanent. In your childhood, youth and middle age, old age, you are conscious. Everything else changes. The condition of your body, the mind, the intellect, the thoughts, the ideas, the emotions. The world outside, the world of objects and their arrangements, their type of emotions that you receive from others, the atmosphere of thought in which you are living, all of them are constantly changing. The BMI and OET are constantly changing. BMI means body, mind, intellect, and the world of objects, emotions and thoughts constantly changing. Not knowing that I am that supreme consciousness, the changeless, the immutable, I am the same, or else you will not be able to write your autobiography. I was once, then I became a young man, and I did these tricks, and then I became old, and now I am dying. Continuous. Who is this continuous one? The body was changing, the mind was changing, the intellect was changing, the circumstances outside were changing, everything was changing. Then there seems to be a changeless me in everything. This self is not at this moment appreciated or experienced directly. In this non-apprehension of that true nature of yours, the mind projects the misapprehensions. This is the trick of the human mind. Whether you are Westerner or Easterner, developed nation or underdeveloped nation, man or woman, black or white, universal, eh? It's a trick of the human mind that when I don't know a thing as it is, I would probably say honestly that I don't know. But you don't never stop it at that. I don't know, but I think. Isn't it? Your friend, how is he? I don't know, but I think. When you don't know, how can you think? Allah, this is my idea, meaning is my mental projection. Thus, when I don't see a rope as a rope, I misunderstand it as a serpent. When I don't see a post as a post, in the dim light, I recognize a ghost standing. Not knowing my true nature as the pure self, the spiritual entity in me, I misunderstand that the world of plurality and identify with it. I become an egocentric entity, I the perceiver, I the feeler, I the thinker. PFT. I am not. This limited ego is the sufferer, incompetent fool, who becomes a victim to the circumstances available in the world, tossed about unhappily, and frightened because the whole universe is trying to crush me. Just as the fear of the man who has seen the serpent. But it is only a rope. The moment a torch comes and then he sees that, in the light of it, it is a rope. All fears are ended. Similarly, not understanding it identified with the matter levels, you have become a physical, psychological and intellectual individual. And you start suffering. This matter is nothing but the spirit in another form. The waves of the ocean is not anything other than the oceanic waters. Oceanic waters in motion is called waves. But waves, you can count them. We can classify them. Mountainous waves, mediocre waves, little waves, ripples, bubbles, you can count them. But all of them are little thinking, oh, it's all oceanic water. Ocean in motion are the waves, the many. In the ocean, there are no waves. Waves are created on the surface of the sea because of the wind. In the same way, persecuted by your own personal desires to possess things of the world outside, our mind gets agitated. And this agitated mind agitates where? In consciousness. Because you and I know every agitation that is happening in the mind. But we are not conscious of that light of consciousness in us. We are conscious of only the waves, the disturbances in the mind. Identify with the disturbances, I am now in angry mood, I am in a desperate mood, dejection comes to me, Swamiji, dissatisfaction comes to me, I am in love, I am love-lorn, I have been broken in love, oh Swamiji, it is better to die. Why? You are identifying with the quality of the thoughts. To detach ourselves from the thoughts, to stand apart from it and identify with the pure consciousness is that which is the path of ending this egocentric limitations and awakening to the vast concept or the infinite substratum or the entire world of plurality. Wake up and end this long, long dream of plurality that you are now suffering from. Just as a dreamer, when he wakes up, the dreamer and the dream world merges to become the waker. Similarly, on the moment the PFT wakes up to the higher state of consciousness, the world interpreted by the PFT is ended. The PFT ended. What remains is only the pure state of consciousness. With a lot of details, this is as it were the summary. In order to help you to realize it, he brought your personality, your at this moment the personality, under the microscope of an intelligent analysis. As a result of the analysis, the 5 koshas, the 5 wrappings of matter, the grosser outside and subtler matter. And all these 5 koshas are illumined by the consciousness. Other than these 5 koshas, other than the bodies, the gross, subtle and the causal bodies, is this pure consciousness. It was being indicated. All the time it was indicated that the consciousness is something other than the world of plurality. Before we stopped last time, the teacher, out of his infinite kindness, came one step further and said, "Are beta, only to make you understand, I said it is something other than that matter. But in fact, matter, the plurality, ever changing and dancing about, are also nothing but disturbances in the infinite consciousness. Just as the waves are nothing but a disturbance in the ocean, the ornaments are nothing but gold in different forms, just as all pots are nothing but clay in different forms. Various examples were given to make us understand that the world of plurality is not anything undivine, though the world of plurality is not the divine. Carefully understand precisely. This is not undivine, but this is not the divine. However much the sociologists would say that, oh, the world is God, shut up. World is not God. It's ever-changing, impermanent, perishing every moment. Change means the death of the previous condition and the presence of the presence of a new condition. It's called change. That which is constantly changing cannot be the truth or reality. The truth or reality is that which is changeless, the same in the past, present and future. So the world is not undivine, not something filthy to be thrown out, ignored. It is to be revered, respected and adored, served, because it is a form of the divine. Just as the waves are nothing but oceanic waters in different form. But the waves are not the ocean. Waves are playing upon the ocean. Similarly, the world of plurality is the substratum of it is the pure self. And when you wake up to that state of consciousness, called God state of consciousness, just as when you wake up from the dreamer and the dream merges into the waking state, in the same way, this entire world of plurality that you are at this moment perceiving through the agitations of the mind. The mind and the world of plurality merges therein. There is nothing but the infinite reality alone at all times. This idea is not easy for you and I to accept because for millions and trillions of years during our evolution, we have been assuming that I am a limited entity, helpless and helpless, and this whole universe, crushing me down with its endless demands and pressures. This is our concept. Something belligerent, something inimical is the world of situations standing there. Other people and other mountains, other animals and other other diseases, 1,000 things, and I am a poor victim, helpless. You are the very substratum for them. This idea is not easy for them. Therefore, 230 read.
Sadbrahma karyam sakalam sadevam tanmatrametanna tatonyadasti astiti yo vakti na tasya mohaha vinirgato nidritavat prajalpaha.
Just as from the clay when the pots are made, each pot may have its own name and form, a pot, a cup, a saucer, plate, flower vase, water jug. We may call it different names. Why? Different shape. But all of them are nothing but clay. Minus clay, there are no parts. All pots are made up of clay. But in our transactions in life, we are so much interested in, it is so much important to us, the form, the shape, the size, the color. We forget that it is nothing but clay. Is born out of clay, and therefore all pots, irrespective of their color, their shape, their size, their name, their use, irrespective of it, all of them are nothing but clay in different forms. In the same way, Sad Brahma Karyam Sakalam Sadeva. That which is born out of that Sat reality, all that is born out of it, all of them can only be that Sat itself in different forms. All things that you see in the dream are all nothing but your own mind playing. The sun and the moon and the stars in the dream, the mountains, the trees and the animals in the dream, your wife and your mother and your father and your children and the dream are all what? Your own mind playing. The moment you wake up, you say that, I was afraid of the tiger, which is nothing but my own mind. I was afraid of my wife, who is nothing but me, myself. I was disgusted with my mother-in-law, but again, that also is. The sun and the moon, the stars and the mountains are all, all are me only, my mind. When you wake up in the same way. Satkarya sarvam, all satkarya, all that is the effects of the sat, the reality, all that is projected upon the reality, they are all sadeva, that alone, nothing but the sat in another form. Tanmatramedanna tatonyadasti. It is nothing but that consciousness, the divine. All forms are nothing but that divine. Na anyato asti. There cannot be anything other than that. Whatever be the number, the shape and the size of the waves, it's nothing but the ocean. Nothing can be anything other than the ocean there. They are all risen from the ocean, existing in the ocean, disappearing into the ocean. They cannot be anything other than that. Asti diyo bhakti na tasya moha. If anybody says, no, they have got reality, then their delusion has not ended. That is, a man having got up the dream, he says that no, the tiger is still there standing outside my house. I can see. Which tiger? Never mind. The tiger I saw in the dream. So all that you can do is give him a glass of water. Still if he says no, then throw some water on your face. Why? He is only prajalpamatram. They are only speaking in sleep. They are ignorant of what they are talking. They have not thought of it enough. They have no illumination. They have not seen they have not realized what they are talking. If they say that, no, the world is real, hey, wake up. Why? Still you are in delusion, dreaming. The moment you wake up, you realize that it is all nothing but he alone. Nothing else. And he himself was misinterpreted by my stupid mind as the world of plurality. Master the mind and look at it. Suddenly you see that, it is nothing but Brahman, the reality.
Brahmaivedam vishvamidyeva vani Shrauti brute tharvanishta varishta Tasmadetat brahma matram hi vishvam Nadhishthanaad bhinnata aropitasya.
Then therefore, Brahmaivedam sarva. Till now, the teacher was trying to drive home to you the understanding that all these are nothing but that consciousness disturbed by our own mind. Therefore we saw the plurality. It was proved logically, with our intellect, in the language of intellect, by sheer logic, that just as all pots made up of clay are nothing but clay in different forms, all waves are nothing but the oceanic waters in different forms. It's all logical. A logical conclusion itself is not authoritative enough for the spiritual student to accept in the spiritual field. If I logically tell you something of the science, you will not accept it. What do you know science? Bluff, oh bluff. You are bluffing. Then at the end of my talk, so says Einstein. You accept, swallow everything, because Einstein is the rishi of the modern technological or scientific world. In the same way, whatever that is being assumed or concluded by logical reasoning, when it is supported by an equally powerful statement of the Upanishads, given out by the great subjective scientists called rishis, the Hindu students accept as Veda Vakya. There is no more any doubts about it. Here, Shankara also cannot just pass on by logically reasoning and explaining things, but he has to prove to me that what he has logically tried to communicate to me, to my intellect to understand, this has been supported by the similar declaration in the Upanishads. Thus, Brahmaivedam Vishwamityeva Vani, the great Vani, the commandment or the declaration of the Upanishad, Vani, is the entire Vishwa, the world of plurality, is nothing but Brahman alone. So says the Vani, the declaration of the Upanishad. Shraudir Bhrute, the Shruti, the Upanishad, Bhrute is as declared. Which Upanishad? Atharvanishtha Varishtha, the great Upanishad of the Atharvana Veda, Mundaka Upanishad, just plainly and clearly points out Vishwavedam Brahma. Vishwavedam Brahmaivedam Vishwam Ityeva Vani. All these Vishwa, the world of gross, world of plurality that you are perceiving now, are all nothing but that one infinite consciousness. Once you wake up to that God state of consciousness, all this disappears. Just as on waking up from the dream disappears. They are all nothing but a disturbance of the consciousness. Tasma edat brahma matram hi vishwam. Therefore, that what I said is true, that this Vishwam, the world of plurality, is nothing but Brahmaivedam matra. It is all nothing but Brahman, the God, the Lord only. Na adhishthanad bhinnato aropitasya. In fact, then where did this world have come? It is all projected by our mind. And whenever I see anything projected by my mind, it has no existence apart from the adhisthana, apart from the substrat. The snake projected by my mind, the misunderstanding that it is a snake, has no existence apart from the rope that is the substrat. Mirage waters that I may see in a desert has no existence apart from the sands of the desert. Okay. The world of dream, happy or unhappy dream, have no existence apart from the waking mind. So that projections or, yes, have no existence apart from the substratum, the reality behind. Satyam.
Yadisya jagadetatmanah anantatvaha nirnigama pramanata asatyavadittvamapi shitu syat naitatrayam sadhuhitam mahatmanam.
Now, no, Swamiji, you may try to prove it and read from some old, dilapidated, out-of-date book called the Upanishad Rishis, scriptures and all that. We won't accept, because it is not, it is beyond my experience. I am actually experiencing the world of plurality. What are you talking? These are all Brahman. What? What do you think, that I am a fool? That you can say this? Contrary to my own direct experience? No, this is all Satyam. Meaning, the world of plurality is real, truth. It was the same in the past, in the present, in the future, it will remain the same. Don't worry. Satyam yadi syad. In case you say that it is Satyam, Jagadedat, this Jagat, this world of plurality is real. It is not a projection upon the Atman, the Brahman. In case you insist upon it, some logical fallacies might come. We have no objection. We allow you, because we allow democratic thinking. If you want to believe that no, the world is real, you are right. But sir, it will end in some logic, some absurdity, some fallacies in your thinking. What do you mean? Anandatva hani. This reality is ananda, endless, changeless, immutable, permanent, real. These are the words used about God or the reality in all scriptures. We don't see any scripture where it says the God is changing. Monday God is different from Wednesday God. Sunday God is different. No, it's all the same. So it is ananda, endless, infinite. It is not conditioned by time. It is timeless. So, anandatva hani. So in case you say, no, this is real, we have no objection. But then if this is your God, this God is constantly changing. Jesus is God. Poor Jesus, your God has died. Therefore better come to Hinduism. Krishna never dies because he is only a myth. And therefore he never dies. So permanently, our God is permanent. So if you want a God, a living God, come here. Hey, argument. Krishna is not God. Rama is not God. These are all expressions of God, admitted. We see more godliness in them as compared with others. God is something that expresses them all. In case these are you consider as real, then God himself be mortal. Death of God and birth of God. He is never born, he never dies, he is permanent, eternal, immutable. Anat ani. Nigama apramanata. That statements of the scriptures have no validity. You are almost saying that the scriptural statements are all false. They are not real. Why? The scripture says that this entire universe is nothing but him and he is eternal, immutable, changeless. And if you say that no, the world is the real, then Nigama Upanishads, the scriptures, apramanata, it is no validity, it is not true. Their statements of the Upanishads are all false. Asatyavaditvam abhishu. And again, Lord will become a liar because Lord Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, he explains itself. And if you say, no, the world is real, then there is no harm. But Lord will become a liar. And you are honest. You are not a liar, you are honest, highly intelligent. But these 2-3 difficulties will come. And if you think that, it doesn't matter, these difficulties doesn't matter, we have no objection. But these are not, neither trayam, these 3 are not sadhu, not acceptable to hidam mahatmanam. Mahapurushas, the great subjective scientists, will not accept these 3 contradictions, illogicalities, fallacies in your argument. It's not acceptable to them. Therefore, I think you must reconsider. What do you mean by Bhagavan becomes a liar? Here you are.
Ishvaro vastu tattvajñah न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि इत्येवमेव व्यचीकृपत्
Ishvara, the Lord, whomever you call, whichever religion it may be, in whatever way you consider him, whether it is the Father in heaven of the Christians, or the David of the Jews, Buddha of the Buddhists, Paramatma of the Hindus, or Islamic Lord, wherever it is, Lord is supposed to be Sarvajna, omniscient. He knows everything. It is in His light that you and I get our knowledges. We become aware of things and become conscious of things, and that is called a knowledge. Okay. He is considered Sarvajna, knowing everything. Acha. So, Ishvaro Vastu Sattvajnaha Nachaham te Shavastidai. And He has declared that Aham, I am not in them. In them, the plurality. I am not in them, they are in me. Mr. Ocean declares that I am not in the waves, but the waves are in me. It's a relationless relationship. How can that be, Swamiji? When you are not in it, how can they be in you? If they are in you, you must be in it. No. Even though the waves are in me, I am not identified with the waves, and their tragedies and comedies are not mine. Waves are born, I am not born. Waves are rising, I am not rising. Waves are decaying, I am not decaying. Waves are disappears, it dies away, I don't die. Thousands of waves may rise, but the ocean is not born. Thousands of waves may die, but the ocean is not dead. These are all happening in the ocean. Similarly, you and I are born. We grow up, make a mess of life, and you die. Narayana is not affected at all. It is all happening in him. Is it not happening every moment of yours that thoughts are rising, growing, decaying, dying away in you? Unless you identify with the thoughts, can those thoughts ever affect you? No doubt you and I am very unhappy. Where are you unhappy? At the feet, or at the knees, or at the elbow unhappy? No, Swamiji, what are you talking? Unhappy inside me. Yes. Inside in your mind you are unhappy. Why are you identifying? Let the mind be unhappy. You are conscious of it, isn't it? So when you are conscious of unhappiness, the unhappiness is object. You are the one who is conscious. Why are you worried about the objects? If the dog is lying at your feet, is scratching his ears, you also scratch. Because that is my dog, and therefore, my mind is unhappy, so what? Tell the mind to continue. When you are satisfied, come back to me. I am the seer, not the seen. Thus the worlds of plurality, worlds plural, universes rise in me. They exist in me. They scream. They die. Nothing happens to me. Why? I am the substratum of art. They are in me. They cannot exist apart from me. But I am not in them. From the standpoint of this world of plurality, the teacher explains that they are in me, I am not in them. And And when a student takes it seriously and starts searching for him, the moment the PFT wakes up to that state of consciousness, he shall realize what? In me, in my true nature, there is nothing of these. When you wake up, there is nothing of the dream in you. The dream was in me, but when I wake up, even the dream that I saw, got frightened or happy, is no more. Thus Krishna declares it in the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and Lord will be a liar if your idea is accepted by us, that the world is real. The world is not real. Yeah, it is real as long as you are seeing it. Just as the ghost is real, as long as I continue in my misunderstanding. So long as I see the snake, the rope I won't see, and I say that snake is real. It's all relative reality. It's not absolute. Continue.
यदि सत्यं भवेद्विश्वम् सुषुप्तावुपलभ्यताम् यन्नोपलभ्यते किञ्चित् अतो सत्स्वप्नवन्मृषा.
Ado asad swapna. What is it? Yes. Yedi satyam. Another argument. Yedi, in case, satyam bhaved vishwam. If in case, as you say, the world is real. Real means permanent. All the time, in the past, present and future, is available for us. That is called satyam. Satyam is that which is not contradicted in any other periods of time. That which is the same in the past, in the present, and the future is called satyam, real, true. So truth is that which is the same in the past, present, and future. That which was not in the past and will not be in the future, but apparently in the present, it is called falsehood, illusion, delusion, untruth, unreal. So, edi satyam bhaved vishwam. In case, as you argue that the truth, the world of plurality is true, then sushupta upalabhyam. In deep sleep also, you must be able to recognize the world of plurality. Why? It is real. In the waking and the dream state, I see the world of plurality. In deep sleep, no plurality. Thus, the world of plurality, experienced in the waking and the dream, but not available in the deep sleep, then it cannot be the real, because the real must be at all times. The real can be only consciousness. You are conscious of the waking world in the waking time, you are conscious of the dream world in the dream time, and you are conscious even in deep sleep, the absence of objects. And you say that I am conscious of nothing there. I was not conscious of anything. You are conscious of the absence of things. Consciousness is in all the three periods of time. The waker is not in the dreamer. The dreamer and the waker are contradicted in the deep sleep. The deep sleeper is contradicted in waking. But consciousness is all the time. So in case you say the world is real, sushupta upalabhyate. Even in deep sleep, it must be available. Now, yannopalabhyate kinchit. In deep sleep, no upalabhyate, nothing is available. Tataha, therefore, asad, It is unreal. Swapanavat Mrisha, the world of plurality, as you are now seeing in the waking world, is exactly like a false look or experience as you have in the great dreams of yours.